This will be the only video you need to learn the art of selling. Most of you watch hundreds of videos, and because of different knowledge, you lack structure. And you need to understand sales is a game of structure. So let's first understand who is this video for. If you are a business owner or you are starting something where you need to sell your product, because the only way to make money by selling. In job you sell your time, in business you sell your product, so selling is for everyone. So the first principle of understanding the art of selling will be you need to avoid negative opinions about selling. Most of you might have negative experiences and negative opinions about sales because we as a human hate salesmen, and that's true. And this is the very reason you need to learn the art of selling, because you don't want to position yourself as a salesman. So you need to position yourself as someone who is helping people in order to solve their problems. And the best way to do it, think yourself as a doctor. The process of diagnosing a problem in human body is same as the process of diagnosing problem in a business. So second principle is don't sit against your prospect. In any sales call, there will be two narratives. You want to sell the service and your prospect don't want to buy. So in order to close the sale, you need to sit in the same narrative as your prospect. So suppose your client is saying they don't think they need it right now. Just say, yeah, I don't even know if it can help you solve your problem or not. Let's really try to understand if it's really for you or not. So that way you are positioning yourself in the same narratives. And with this process, your prospects disarm themselves because they were thinking that you will be opposing them, and now you are in the same narrative. So the third principle is the sales is a repetition game. The more you do it, the more results you will get, because you can have the best service in the world, but if someone don't know about it, it doesn't matter. And the fourth is most people focus on closing rates, which is a problem, because in the starting phase of your outreaches you are not pitching your services, you are pitching the call. So instead of saying how good your service are, what are the things that they will get, so talk about the advantage of joining the sales call. Before the sales call, your only goal is to set up a sales call. And in the sales call, your only goal is to solve the problem. Selling is not the goal. Fifth is the art of following up. You need to follow up, because following up regularly keeps you on the top of your prospect's mind. So the more value you provide in a conversation, the more you follow up with value, the more chances you are increasing to close the sales. Because human psychology works this way, we don't buy anything in our first interaction. So you need to keep following up for your services. Either your prospect is dead or they said no. These are the only two ways where you need to stop your follow up. The sixth principle is keep it simple and add humanness to it. Most of you go on sales call and outreaches with a mindset of reading from a script, because that's what most of the gurus are telling on the internet. You need to add humanness to it. You need to add imperfections, because imperfections makes humans human. Instead of speaking whole sentences in a same sentence, try to add ums and ahs here and there and try to sound confused. Example will be, hi name, I'm a bit confused here. Do you really know someone who can get help from these services? Just curious to know about it if you know someone. That's how you should sound. The first call, you don't need to show how perfect you are, because doing that making you sound like a call center guy. The seventh principle is handling objections. All the objections in the world can be handled with three questions. Is it something that you think it can solve your problem? Is it something that you see yourself using in the future? Is it something that you think you can start now? These are the only questions that you need to ask your prospects in order to close any sale. And it's so powerful, but nobody is talking about it. So, suppose your client is saying, I don't think I have enough money to invest in that. Your only response here should be, and that's the very reason I need to know, do you really think that it can solve your problem? And if they say yes, just try to make them understand that the problem that they are facing is right now costing way more than what you are charging. And this makes it clear how valuable your services are. Let's take an example of another objection. If your client is saying they will use it later or they will use it in the future, but not right now. So just ask them, okay, so do you think you will be using it in the future? If they say yes, just say this is the very reason I want you to understand the problem you are facing right now will increase by time, and the investment to solve these problems will increase by time. So you will be spending way more to solve the same problem, and the loss that your problem is causing you will add up to the cost of solving your problem. And that's why you need to solve this problem right now. And believe me, these principles can make a big difference in your closing rates.